This is Maarte. Not quite a podcast, more like voice memos you weren't supposed to hear. I feel like we've done something really strange to love. I feel really strongly that we've just turned it into this high stakes performance where it has to mean everything, last forever, be perfect, be reciprocated in the same exact way, or else we question if it was ever real to begin with, and I've never understood that. Because to me, love has always felt like something that's meant to be lived, not proven. I wonder if that even makes sense. Love is meant to be lived, not proven. Well, I mean, if you've been listening to me thus far, you already know that if I feel it, I say it. I've never been I've never been afraid to say I love you when it feels true, and I don't quite understand why you would want to wait to say it when you feel it in that exact same moment. It's like, why are you holding that back? You feel that in that moment. Do whatever. Maybe some people don't trust their feelings, but it's like it's something that exists in the moment you're in it, not something that needs to be justified after it ends. And when I say it, I don't say it because I expect it back and not because I need someone to meet me in that exact moment, but because it exists for me and that's enough. And I'm confident in the love that I share and feel and give. And, I think people hear love and immediately assign pressure to it. They assume it means something permanent, something heavy, something they have to be ready for in the same way at the same time. But I mean, love isn't just one thing. There's love in friendship, there's love in familiarity, there's love in admiration. I mean, there's love in the way that you come to care about someone, and not all of it is meant to become something more. My brother once said something to me once after one of the hardest breakups of my life. At least I thought it was at the time. And he told me I should feel lucky. Lucky that I experienced a love that made me feel that deeply, that made me question everything, that made me cry, and that moved me because he said he had never experienced that kind of love before, and that stayed with me because he was right. How lucky are we to feel something that real, even if we lose it? How lucky are we to have known what it feels like to care that much? Something we had the ability to experience at all. I think people are scared of love because they put too much weight on it. They treat it like it has to be everything or else it's nothing. But love doesn't work like that, at least in my opinion. It could be fleeting and still be meaningful. It can be imperfect and still be real. It can end and still have mattered. And I learned that in pieces growing up. And my mom, she loved in a completely different way. She was hard, she was closed off, quiet in the ways that mattered most. When I was younger and we would argue, I would cry so hard I couldn't even speak. I had like so much to say, but I physically could not get the words out. So I would write her letters and I would pour everything into them, like how I felt, what hurt, what I needed, and I would leave them on her dresser. But she never responded. She never acknowledged them. She never said she read them, but I knew she did because they would always be gone. And that really did something to me. It made me realize how much it matters to be seen, to be acknowledged, to be met. It's why I don't sit in silence now. It's why I say things even when they're hard. It's why I don't let love exist unspoken when I have the chance to speak it, because love to me isn't something to hoard or protect or withhold. It's something to give, something to feel, something to live in while it's here. Not something to fear just because it might end, not something to diminish just because it didn't last. I don't. I do not want to be the kind of person who looks back at love and only sees the loss. I want to be the kind of person who says, that was real, that mattered, and I fucking felt that. And that's enough. Because at the end of the day, love is not something we prove, it is something we experience.